Yo. Let me see if this is working. I don't even know. Let me see if this is working. All right, it's working. Seems like the signal is a bit delayed, but between the OBS and what's up? Thank you very much. I'm trying to do more expanded content. One of the things I want to be able to do is do live streams and talk about stuff. So I'm working on some other projects that are taking some time. I'm not even 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure I can even finish some of these projects, but I appreciate you liking my channel. That's awesome. Last time I did a test on a live stream with the Canon 90D, I had a whole bunch of trouble with audio. So this time I decided to go with a K780 boom mic from FiFine Technologies, and let me know how it sounds, guys. Let me know if it sounds good or bad, or that helps me know what kind of quality I'm looking at the screen. I should be looking at the camera. Just let me know how it sounds. It actually lets me know what to go with, so when I'm actually doing live streams on a regular or more often, then I know exactly what I can hook up, what's going to sound good. Because for me, I can't hear the sound out of here. I could probably set it to where I could put some headphones on and hear what it sounds like, but I had enough trouble trying to set up audio the first time, so I'm just doing it like this. But yeah, I appreciate all of you. Oh wow, you're the one that bought the Sigma? I was like, I seen that on there. I was like, somebody bought a Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter 1.8. I was like, that lens is awesome. It's an awesome lens. I wish I could have bought it. It's like $600. Like, you can't beat that price with that focal length and that aperture range. Like, come on. Like, and then the quality, that thing's kind of heavy though too. It's like legit durable, but the quality out of that lens, man, that bokeh, I wanted to do so much more with the lens. I rented it for a week, and now I'm like, all I can think about is getting a hold of that lens again. So yeah, another really good lens is the what is that one? 50 millimeter 1.8. It's a good one. It's lightweight. It feels like a toy, but it's really good. But with the APS-C crop sensor body, 50 millimeters gets cropped in to almost like being like a 85 mil, which is good if you really want an 85 mil, but you don't want to have to get 85 mil, legit 85 mil, because it'd be too far out. So you get the 50, it's perfect for 85 mil range type of stuff that you want to do. What's up? No lid. Thanks. I appreciate it. I try to have a positive energy when I do videos, Hasn't been that great lately. For the past year, it hasn't been great, but recently, with all this new crap going on for the past couple months, it's been a little slow. But when I do a video, I try to bring that positive energy, try to bring the realness. I don't want to sugarcoat or script anything. I probably try to be extremely legit. I know most people try to go with the flow with what everybody's doing, the popular things. I try to do exactly what I feel is interesting to me and what I feel interested in sharing. So I've loved cameras since I was in high school, and actually before that, since I was in elementary. I got my first camera when I was in elementary school. Man, I think I was in 5th or 6th grade. But so cameras is something I'm going to talk about. Cars, computers. I'm going to talk about that kind of stuff too. So I might even touch on some medical things because I did go to school to be a medical assistant. I just never went into the profession. I just went to school for it. So yeah, if I'm interested in it, and I know other people might possibly be interested in it, I'll talk about it. So that's kind of kept me kind of low on subscriber count, but I like doing this stuff. I like making videos. I like venting out all this information that's in my brain. But I appreciate you, No Lid. Thanks for watching my channel. And Venus, Venus and No Lid, thanks. You guys are watching right now. I don't think anybody else is watching live. This is really supposed to be a test, but hey, let's a couple more minutes on here we can chat, Anyways, yeah. Hey, but while you guys are on here, let me know. Does it sound, y'all hear my background? Do y'all hear the air or anything? Or does it sound staticky? Just let me know if the audio isn't all that great, because that'll help me. I know I can go back and rewatch this, but it's pretty good to kind of get a heads up on your first test round. Let's see. One of the good things about what I'm doing here, because I'm testing out the EOS webcam utility that Canon just brought out, and this is my second time going for the test, and I think I got it down now. I'm using window light because I didn't want to hook up any lights or anything. I don't know if it's running at 480p or 1080p or 720. I'm not really sure what it's running at, but my camera is set to 4K. I'm pretty sure it's running slower than that, or not slower. Pretty sure the resolution is not running through 4K through this USB. But it's the Canon 90D, which is pretty awesome APS-C crop sensor camera. The mic, just so you guys know, I should probably put I did a review on this mic. Yeah, it actually has a whole contraption that goes with it. I just didn't pull all that out the box. I just was like, I can just hold the mic. What's the point in getting all crazy with it? Later, when I start getting a little bit more professional setup, after I get this all good, I'll probably have this set up properly, or I might even use my Rode mic. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. I'm glad the audio sounds good. And I'm glad I'm an inspiration. There's a lot of people who inspire me. It just feels good to be an inspiration back to other people too. Okay, on the Mac, if you have a Canon, which I'm assuming you do, because so far I only know how to do it with Canon. You just pick your camera. You got to download the EOS utility. It'll either be version 2 or version 3, but you can download version 3. It'll download version 2 along with it, and if your camera can only use 2, then it's going to use the version 2 out of the system. But I also have that downloaded on a Mac, and what you do, just plug your camera in. What happens is, if you have it set to automatically detect your camera when you plug it in, it'll come on. It'll give you the option to, what does it do? It gives you the option to download your photos or whatever, or do like live view, or like a manual mode or something like that, where you can control your camera from your computer, and you can control the photo shooting, and you can control video shooting. And then when that panel comes up to control photo shooting, you know what? I actually did a little kind of a review back in 2018. I should probably redo that one, but I'll see if I can link that review in here, because I actually showed how to do that before. I'll probably do it again, have it go through a whole explainer again over it, because it's pretty cool. But yeah, you would just, once you got that panel up, it'll show like all your settings, and at the bottom it'll say live view. You can click on that live view, you'll see a picture of yourself, and that's where you can record. And you can set the manual focus or autofocus on it and everything. So it kind of gets in depth, but it's very easy. It's just like having all your camera settings on the screen in your view. So like if you have a really long cable that you can connect to your computer, you can set your camera up anywhere and just hook your computer up and just, be recording in the other room, or something, or just set it to. You can even click on the screen of your face while you're looking at the live view and focus on yourself. I know I'm saying a whole lot. I'm probably rambling now. I wish I could just go into really good detail right now, but I can't do it at this moment. I'll probably make a video, so it'll be much more understandable than me just rambling on about the different details. But yeah, it's pretty easy with Mac. Depending on which Mac you get, like if you have the newer ones that use USB-C, you got to make sure you get the either get adapters or get the proper port connections, because most Canon cameras, they're either going to use mini USB or micro USB, and just that other end is either going to be a USB-A end or a USB-C Type-C end, so you can connect it and stuff. Make sure you got the right ends to plug your camera in. But yeah, let me see if I can find that video. Hold on, I might be able to link it. It's a long video. You can just skip through if you want. I know it's pretty long. I can't believe I did it that long ago, and then let's see if I can find it. I'm trying to find it real quick. Click on video. Ooh, I have so many. I might have deleted it. Oh, here it is. Oh, dang, I can't. Oh, I didn't delete it. It's right here. I'm gonna copy the link, and I'm gonna link it in the chat. It's from when I first started, so it's probably gonna be pretty cringy. Yeah. Just probably. Hey, don't be too mad if it's real cringy. It's the early videos. See. Oh, so there is one thing. If you're using a Mac, they don't have the option to download the EOS webcam utility for the Mac yet. I'm not sure why they wouldn't have gone the Mac route, because there's a lot of creators that use Macs and Canon in combination. So it just kind of was surprising to me that they only went for the Windows version first. There might be some kind of hookup that you can do with Mac that is already good for the reason they didn't. I don't know. I'm not really sure about that. But this ability to use your camera, your Canon camera, as a webcam without any extra hardware hookup, is only the only features only available for Windows right now. It's still in beta testing. I think they're still working out the bugs and trying to see how well it works, getting people to test it out and stuff. Hopefully, when it becomes full-fledged program, it'll be really good. I'm hoping for some 1080p filming in it, So anybody with like an EOS R or EOS RP or something like that, it's gonna be really good for them because they already have like a really good, Type C, the Thunderbolt connection, so whenever it does get to Mac, it's gonna be really, really good. And then the quality you can get out of an EOS R, actually the quality you get out of the 90D, the 90D seems to have some really good quality because I have used the EOS R before, and it's like a 30 megapixel camera. The 90D is like 32 or 33, but in 4K, the EOS R crops in more than it does on the 90D, which is really weird. But anyways, but the quality, the actual file quality of the EOS R is a bit better. It's just, if you're recording 4K all the time, you might as well get the 90D. Just hands down, might as well get the 90D. Anyways, I'm not even trying to. This is what I was talking about. Supposed to be talking about this stuff. But yeah, I'll probably do another video on that I linked you. That'll be like 5 minutes. I'll do it for the Mac because the one I did on that one was on a Windows PC, and I was just learning to use the Canon camera. The T6 is what it was. I was just learning that you could do that, and I was just like, wow, I was so blown away. Like, who people must not know this. Apparently everybody knows it but me, but they knew that but me, at that time. So, but yeah. So if you ever get a camera that is like this one I have, so I also have it's the EOS. It's a 1200D, so it's like an international version, but it is in America it's the T5. So there is no flip screen whatsoever. So you get one like this, and you're able to hook it up to the EOS utility. Use your computer as a view screen. That's how I recorded. Did my You know what? Did I already? Man, I be forgetting stuff. I think I already did. Oh my god, I feel so bad. I did a video about that one. It wasn't very detailed. It was really quick, but I did do a video about that one. It was like how to film yourself. It's the same. It'd be the same way for a Mac. So, it wasn't as detailed as I could have made it though. But yeah. I don't even know what to say anymore. You guys got any questions? Like, ooh, dang, I hear my fan kicking in on the computer. It must be really working hard. I wonder who's all watching still. Is anybody still watching? Let's see. I like this. I can zoom in and out. I can get in real tight. You can see my nose hairs if you really wanted to. Wait, let me see. It's not gonna focus on my thumb. Come on, focus on the thumb. Yeah, I'm just goofing off now. I can hear the fan, but it's not distracting at all. Very subtle. Oh, awesome. Oh, that might be the AC. It comes on intermittently. Or it could be the computer. I can't determine which one's louder. I tried to turn all the sound off in here earlier, but that doesn't really ever work. I turned the ceiling fan off. I turned that fan over there off. The AC fan, and you know. Man. Honestly, I like shooting at 60 frames per second. And I tell you why. Because I can always slow it down to 24 and get like just a little bit of slow motion. The thing about shooting at 120 with a lot of cameras, the option isn't there to have audio record at the same time, especially with the Canon. And then there's manual focusing and stuff like that. But if you're able to shoot at 60 frames a second in 1080p or 4K at 60 frames a second is really good, because then you get that higher end resolution quality, plus you get to slow it down to 24 when you want slow mo. So yeah, 60 frames is kind of like an all around perfect one to film at if you don't know if you're going to go between slow mo shots and regular 24 frames per second shots, or whatever, however say it. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like when you're editing and you put it in your timeline and you set everything to run at 24 frames per second because you want to edit at a 24 FPS or whatever, you just speed back up the clips that you don't want to be slow. You just put 250% speed and it goes right back to that 60 frames per second speed so that it runs normally. And then all the other clips that you want to stay slower, you just leave them like that. It's, man, I feel like I'm just like rambling when I explain stuff. But yeah, like 60 frames per second. I used to use a Canon 80D and I would film in I used the Canon 80D and I filmed in 60 frames per second. And all I would do is go, when I import everything into the timeline, everything would be 1080 60, and I'd go and modify and interpret all the footage to 24 frames a second, and then I'd watch each clip after another before I edit it, and I'd find the ones that I wanted to run normally, and I would speed them back up to that 60 frames manually. I'd speed ramp it to 250%, which brought it back to that 60 frames a second, and they would run normally. But all the other ones, I was like, okay, no, I want that to be slow. I'd leave it at the 24 so it moves slower. And so that's why I like 60. I think that explains it a little better than what I was saying, how I was saying it before. But if I'm not going to do any slow-mo at all whatsoever, I'm just going to run 24 frames a second. That's only if I know I'm not doing slow-mo. If I'm just like, I'm not doing any slow shots, I just want good quality and I want to edit really quick or whatever. So but for a lot of my stuff with this camera, I film in 120 frames per second for all my slow-mo, because the feature is there and I know how to manually focus and stuff. So but my favorite would be 60. I know most people say their favorite is 24, 23.976, and there's some people that like doing 30, 60. 60 all day. The really good thing is that the iPhone records 4K 60. Oh yeah. I got a video I'm working on. Come on, focus. There it goes. That's that Polar Pro Light Chaser Pro. Yep. Not gonna go into too much about that, but yeah, slow mo is better at 60. Um, it's well, makeup video, like if you're doing makeup videos, I would do 30. I mean, you could do 24, but 24 is more of a cinematic thing, and you get that. I don't know. You get too. It becomes too specific with the lighting and stuff. You just get that. You know, everybody does 24 frames per second for YouTube. Sit down videos. They're not trying to focus on the detail of their face. The all around surroundings is what they need. They're trying to focus on, but 30 and 60 frames per second is good for, I would think would be good for makeup videos. Now 60 might be too good. You might, depending on what exactly you're doing, you might not want people to see too much detail, because yeah, it does, you'll get some really good detail. But 30, I would say 30 would be good for makeup videos. But if you ever have a moment where you're like trying to have some comedic relief, and you want to have like a few slow-mo moments here and there and zoom in moments, that 60 frames per second really helps with that when you're trying to slow it down just a little bit. Because if you just play it back at 60 frames a second, it looks really good, especially for makeup videos. But if you mess up your words, kind of like how I keep doing now while I'm live, I kind of have to re-say stuff sometimes. If you mess it up and you want to like make it a goofy moment, and you slow it down and make it sound like all deep and kind of like chopped and screwed music, yeah, it's good for that. But yeah, too clear. Yeah, even Peter McKinnon does 60 frames per second slow mo with his EOS. A lot of people didn't realize he had stopped doing 120 frames per second and just started doing 60. But there are some moments where it's like you gotta pull out the 120 or the 240 frames a second, because it fits what you're doing. But 60 is totally fine. As long as you can significantly tell something's moving slower, you are good. That's all. That's how I feel. Boy, this is actually a really good option for a mic. Maybe. Let me see if I can adjust the audio. I can't even see the waveforms in the audio. Where's it at? It must be. Oh, there it goes. It's that one. I wonder if I'm clipping. Am I clipping? No, I'm not clipping. Mic auxiliary. Cool. Yeah, this is cool. I wonder how long it's been. How long have I been on here? I think I'm gonna limit myself to 30 minutes. I'll probably beat that time already. So I've been doing something. Before I get off here, I'm gonna let you guys know one thing. I've been doing something to try to keep myself regularly active, and I've been stockpiling videos. I mean, right now the ones I've edited recently aren't like super exciting. Like, I think I would just put one out today that's about stop motion for a project for when the kids' school. But I filmed a few things. I've been editing a whole bunch of videos, but I've scheduled them out for weeks. So I think I've had like a month's worth, which is like 4 or 5 videos. And which, having it scheduled that far out, I guess they call it backlogging or whatever. Having some stuff scheduled that far out allows you to take your time and focus on other projects that need a little bit more detail. But then you have that one video scheduled to come out, So you're not trying to rush to make something for the next week, which, because doing YouTube should be fun and exciting. So if you have a lot of things happening all at once and you can film a lot of stuff, go ahead and film a whole bunch of stuff, and then take a few days at a time. Just keep editing every day. Make sure you take your breaks and you eat and you watch TV, do everything to like do a mind dump, because you don't want to just be stuck on editing and stuck on filming. You gotta have a mind dump, go play some games, do something else, and get back to editing. Then once you get a lot of stuff backlogged to where you're good for a while, to where when you want to do like extreme edits, or like you want to do some specific type of B-roll for a big video you're doing, you want to have like good B-roll sequences in between, or you plan on doing some After Effects stuff and it's going to take you a while, that gives you time to think about it and do the edits without a lot of pressure. You don't feel so rushed, So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So that's why I did that, because some of the things I'm working on, I kind of want to have that time to invest in making sure I do really good with certain projects. So yeah. See, I said that like completely clear, but everything else I keep messing up and having to repeat over and over again. It's really crazy how that happens. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm about to get off here too. And hopefully when I do a live, more people will show up. I probably need to do a live like in the afternoon. But I'll see you guys later, and have a good one. I need to end this stream.